pin that's supposed to hold in the RA worm block bolt, and that hole is not even in the metal. It did not look good when I got to it, and it took a lot to get it out. Broke a lot of tools, bought some tools, and then you'll see what I did to get it out. It's either that or something crazier, but got the RA worm bolt out and unplugged the whole block from the drive board and took it inside to pull the pieces off the worm drive to see what exactly is going on. And so here is some video of that. I tried to condense it down a little bit so it's not as much stuff, but it does show kind of some connections on the drive board and how some of the stuff comes apart, so you can keep taking it apart if you're not really sure how to do it. So here goes what we had to do to get that thing apart. So here we go. So this is what I had to do to attempt to get this bolt out, is put 2 screws in here and then use a screwdriver, and I'm putting it, not getting way out here, I'm getting as close to this bolt as I can to spin it. That way it's just spinning off the bolt and not prying way up here. But I've used some torch, I've drilled the holes a little bit bigger, I've broken out a lot of stuff. I've tried so many things, and the issue essentially, the reason it's not coming out is because when they assembled it, they did not drill the hole in the metal correctly, and it messed everything up in here. I mean, it's pretty bad. So I'm fixing it because Skywatcher is not going to. They had no comments at all about any of this, other than they would supply me with parts once I paid for them. So here's to getting this bolt out. This one again comes out fine, and everything looked fine on it. It looks like they built this side correctly. So we are gonna pull this bolt out. We're gonna keep spinning it. Hopefully we can get it out. All right, the 2 screws in the head of that bolt got it out. So we pulled the worm block out. We did get into a little bit drilling holes, so we're gonna get a new bushing here. This just pops out. So if you see, that just slides right out. So got a little drill action trying to get that bolt out. No biggie, no biggie. Okay, so here's our worm drive. This is what we used to see. Now we can see everything. So let's see if we can figure out what that squeak was from. So I'm gonna actuate it. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I get the whole thing out and now it doesn't make the noise. So I'm not exactly sure. This drive just does not feel good though when it's rolling. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a drive. I think this worm is good, but what I was gonna do was take the belt off and just spin it and see how it feels. Pretty sure I take off that screw right there to get that pulley off, and then I got the belt. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, we took the belt off so we can just spin the drive. As you can see, it could just spin the drive. I think I need a whole new drive assembly, and I see something. Oh, that's the pin. So that pin holds all that stuff on that shaft right there. And everything else spun and felt really smooth. So this, I got no play, no shake, no bind. Although, if I'm rolling it again, maybe I should just rebuild the whole thing. That does feel a little bindy. So maybe we will get some bearings too. This just free spins. There's nothing there on that idler. That idler's fine. This drive is what I assumed it was, because with it running, you couldn't hear it from here. It was really tough. But I think we may put bearings in here anyways, since we're there. All right, cheers. All right, so just cleaned out the hole here where all the metal was. And if you look, you can see the crack where they put that pin in and they didn't really get it right. So there's a big separation there. There's actually a little bit of orange rag in there. If I stick my finger through the pinhole, there's a little orange up in there. But trying to clean that out. This, you're gonna have to use like some trans gel or something to get it to stick back in that hole, because it just wants to fall out. But we've taken out this plate, that way we can get to the drive board. And on that board, you got red, yellow, blue, and orange. That's the order. We gotta unplug it. That way we can get this drive motor out and free, so we can work on it. So that's the next thing, is we're gonna clip this little zip tie and unplug it from the board. That way we can start working on this drive, not outside. I'm gonna give one more good view of the wiring now that I got that drive board out. Your little sensor that plugs in up here, if it comes unplugged, it is right next to that RA drive board. There's nothing in this big one here, and hopefully this is enough time. If you unplugged your stuff and you don't know where the cables went, I hope that tells you or shows you where they were supposed to go. All right, on to the next video, because we do have the entire drive out of there. So, on to taking it apart. Okay, so now I have this inside, and this doesn't really feel great. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this apart to get the shaft out, to actually feel what these bearings feel like, because that might actually be the problem. All right, so here we go. Okay, so we used our special tool here. It's got two little indents in it, which grabs the ring that holds on the back of the shaft here. So that is step one. Really helps to have that tool. Okay, so we have taken the two 2mm Allens loose out of here, which means you can slide this off the shaft. And I just remember one of those is on the flap spot of that shaft. That way you get a good tighten down, and the other one just tightens on the side of the shaft. Okay, so take that off, and that will allow this whole thing to push out through this end. And now you have it all. So now we're gonna see which bearing is bad. All right, so these are the parts I'm looking at getting. A bearing, bushing, another bearing. Of course, this bushing goes right in here, in the corner, and there's one on the other side. So two bearings, the bushing, a belt, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just get a new drive. Since it's all out, it's unplugged, I'll just get a new drive and bolt it on. And you just want to be in this, don't you? All right, so that's what we're looking at doing, and I got some new grease. I was just looking in, and seeing this Aero Shell 6433 for grease and everything. I'm gonna try it. It's black, so it says it sticks on better. So we're gonna try it out when we put it all back together. But now we're gonna order some parts. We're gonna get, like I said, the two bearings, the bushing, the belt, and the drive motor, which is this back here with all the wires plugged in at that bottom. I figured just because we're here, it's not probably gonna be that much. And I think I might go ahead and get a deck belt since everything's off. And what I did too, I didn't tell you all this, but I will. I readjusted this pulley on the drive motor because the belts weren't lined up very well. So I pulled it out a little bit where it needs to be, because they had that thing in too far. But if I get a new motor, I may have to realign that thing too. So there's everything out. Time to get parts. Join me when we put it back together. All right, so we put in our order for our parts, and I will update. There's actually a forum on Astrobin that me and some guys are talking on. I'm gonna post all the prices of the parts, that way everyone knows what it is. But when I put this back together and shoot another video of the reassembly, I'll tell you how much each part costs. That way you know how much this whole thing ran me. Hopefully not too much. We'll know soon, so more to come. Thanks for joining. If you like it, hit like. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to be fixing stuff. Or jamming or something. Shooting this end piece in the jam room. That little jam you hear when it comes on, when the video starts and ends, that's me in here making something. It's a one-man band in it. Alright. Join me next time.